Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Elijah Frost. I'm part of the team at Study New South Wales, and it's great to be with all of you. And I'm very much looking forward to speaking with you about our state and about all of the supports and opportunities that we have available for you in New South Wales, both in Sydney and beyond. I'm just going to very quickly make sure that my slideshow is functioning properly. Okay, team, and we're ready to go. Now, before I get into a bit more of a breakdown of our state of Sydney and New South Wales, as well as some of the work we do at Study New South Wales, I'm going to start with an acknowledgement of country. This is a very important part of Australia's culture. One of the things you may not know about this country is that we are home to the oldest continuous culture on the planet. And of course, I'm talking about our First Nations people, our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities in Australia, who have been connected to this country, who have called these lands and these waters home for at least 65,000 years. And the stories and customs from our First Nations form a deep part of our own cultural fabric here. And so when we start an event or a ceremony or even a meeting throughout the day, we always begin with an acknowledgement of country. It reminds us that the place that we meet on has a history that goes back thousands and thousands of years. And that our land, our country, is full of stories and full of life. So I acknowledge the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people across the state, across our country, and I acknowledge their continued connection to their lands, waters, and culture. We respect our elders past and present, and the role that our First Nations artists play in contributing to their culture. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Study New South Wales. So Study New South Wales is part of the New South Wales government, and our job, our focus, our passion is to ensure that our international students have the very best experience possible during their studies in New South Wales for the whole journey. So that includes the information and the support you have access to before you arrive in New South Wales. It includes the number of programs and support services we have available to you during your time here. And it includes us helping you to be set up for every success in your postgraduate studies, in your career, once your program has finished here in New South Wales. And we're focused on doing that across 4 domains. So we work to improve the experience of international students. We do a lot of work promoting New South Wales education and our study and research opportunities, and I'll be doing a little bit of that today. We, as part of government, we're very focused on ensuring that some of the policies in our state deliver for international students while we're studying. We recognise, of course, that international students make up a very important part of our communities, not only in Sydney but across our region. And you may have seen us in your home country as well. We are out and about around the world, connecting with students, connecting with other universities and schools and colleges across the world, so that students have a better pathway to study with an institution such as Torrens here in New South Wales. Let me spend a little bit of time telling you about our great state. New South Wales is Australia's leading study destinations. More students choose to study here in New South Wales than in any other state in Australia. So when you set down in Sydney and begin to make new friends, begin to look around the city, know that you're in very good company. In fact, about 40% of Australia's international students are right here in New South Wales. And that's for a very, very good reason. New South Wales has the third best higher education system globally. Now, that's very important for you to think about. Of course, we're here today to talk about Torrens University and the many opportunities that you will have available as part of your experience there. But it's very important to note as well that New South Wales, as a system, really delivers for students, both domestic students and international students. It means that we are a state, and Sydney is a city, and we are a community that is very focused on education, that provides great opportunities for students, not only during their studies, but after as well. And of course, on top of that, Sydney is very livable. It is the fourth most livable city in the world, according to the Global Livability Index. You'll be very clear on the reasons why, including in the shot behind me, and no doubt in some of the searching and viewing you've done of Sydney online. We're also, in particular, the seventh best city in the world for students themselves, and that goes to the lifestyle opportunities we have available. It goes to our nightlife. It goes to the level of diversity in our community here in New South Wales. So it really is a place that is not only incredibly great to be for anybody, but it is a place that really gets students, that really understands what it is to be a student, and provides a wonderful set of experiences for those who choose to study with us. It's very important to consider as well that Sydney and New South Wales is the economic hub of Australia. If New South Wales was a country, we would have the 21st largest GDP globally. Just one state in Australia would be number 21, just outside of the G20. We have an incredibly developed and diverse economy here in New South Wales. Indeed, Sydney comes in at about number 15 as a global financial centre, the only one in the Southern Hemisphere to round out the top 20. And Sydney is ranked number 7 in the world for connectivity, for services, for culture and sustainability. I'm trying to paint a picture here for you of Sydney to emphasise to you that the world is at your footstep when you study here. Sydney is not only Australia's most global city, it's also a platform for you, both during and after your studies, to be connected with opportunities, with business, with expertise, with connections that are going to take you in a very global direction. Certainly, New South Wales is a big driver of economic growth in Australia. There are more than 600 multinational companies based in Australia. That's about half of all of Australia in terms of multinational companies having their home here. We have about a third of the largest private companies in Australia. And we've also got some incredibly significant sectors once you drill down a little bit as more. So we've got the largest manufacturing sector in New South Wales, for example. It's a big export to us. And most of that manufacturing activity is topped out with advanced manufactured goods. We also have quite a lot of activity here around defence and aerospace, and health and life sciences. Now, you might be sitting here thinking, well, that's all well and good, but what does that have to do with me? The diversity of our economy in Australia will deliver for you as a graduate. It will provide you with more opportunities to connect with multinational companies as a graduate across a greater range of areas. Sydney really is a global powerhouse, as is the rest of New South Wales. And if I'm a student, and if I'm thinking about where I want to spend, the next few years of my development, where I want to build the skills and connections that will lead to a prosperous career, then this is the kind of city you want to choose. Because it lays the world before you. It provides you with opportunities to go places you couldn't imagine. New South Wales is also the most culturally diverse state in New South Wales, in Australia. Australia, as many of you will appreciate, is an incredibly multicultural place. It is one of the most multicultural and multilingual countries on Earth. When I leave my home, I live here in the middle of Sydney. I hear dozens of languages every day. I interact with people from incredibly diverse walks of life, and I get to hear their different perspectives and connect with them in different ways. It also makes the quality of the food, the diversity of the food and other experiences is incredibly rich as well. It's right here in front of you. There are 275 languages spoken in our state. There's 144 religions. Almost 30% of residents in New South Wales were born overseas. That's an incredible statistic by global standards. And indeed, that works for international students, because 56% of international students have a family member or friends who are living in New South Wales. So because of our diversity, because of the richness of our social fabric, we have very strong connections globally to the rest of the world. So that's a picture that I've painted for you, if you like, of New South Wales and Sydney. Some powerful statistics for you, I hope, that will help you consider just what sort of place this is. Now I'm going to talk to you about how my colleagues and I at Study New South Wales are focused on supporting international students through their journey, through their time here. We run a diversity of programs, different types of experiences, different types of services, but we have three objectives when we work with you as an international student. Firstly, we want to make sure that when you first arrive, when you're a new international student in a new city, having new experiences, we want to make sure that you feel welcome and safe and connected to your community. Once you are established, you begin your studies, you found a place to live, you've started your lectures, we want to support you in every way that we can to make sure that your experience is fruitful, and that if you run into any difficulties, you are connected with the right support And so we work with a number of organisations across the New South Wales community to connect you with support services. These can be services that can help you if you have a health issue, if you have a legal issue, and if you are otherwise in need of some connection and support. We also like to recognise international students as an important part of our community, and we do that through our International Education Awards. But we're also very interested in helping you succeed after your studies. So that means we run a number of programs that will connect you with employers and with job opportunities. And I'll go into a little more detail here for you. So when you arrive, here's what you can expect from Study New South Wales as an international student. First of all, as soon as your plane touches down in Sydney Airport, you are going to see us. You will see a number of friendly faces, also international students, who are ready to welcome you at the airport welcome desk. That means as soon as you step off your plane, if you have any questions, if you're not sure where to go, if you want some information about the city before you head to your accommodation, then we're here to help you, make you feel welcome and safe. Once you've settled in and dropped your luggage off, we will be developing a calendar of welcome events for you as well. No matter where you live in Sydney, you will have access to one of these events where you can get together with the community and celebrate your arrival and celebrate your time in Sydney. Now, the great thing about the airport welcome desk is that the people you are talking to are also international students. And in fact, they are so passionate about their time in New South Wales and about helping other students have a great time during their studies. They have volunteered to be part of this desk. Now, there's a QR code here that you might scan. Have a look at the information there. Once you arrive in New South Wales, remember this opportunity. It might just be the thing that helps you to make friends even more quickly. It's a way for you to start interacting with other people and giving back to the community as soon as you arrive. So for more information, you can scan that QR code. As I mentioned, we're very keen to help you during your studies as well. Now, we know that studying a degree is a very big commitment. It's an especially big commitment when you're studying overseas. It is the most exciting time of your life, but it has some challenges as well, and we want to help you with those challenges. So we provide support to international students by supporting the International Student Legal Service that's delivered by an organisation called Redfern Legal Centre, as well as the International Student Health Hub. And there's some information here, in particular on the International Student Legal Service. It's important to read things like this even now, even when you're quite early in your journey, because it gives you some insights around the type of support that you will receive and the types of ways that the New South Wales government is really looking to support you and be on your side during your studies. And finally, we believe that New South Wales, for all the reasons I've mentioned, is your platform for success, your platform for a career of impact. And as part of that, we run a range of programs that will help you get in touch with not only opportunities for internships, but real opportunities to kickstart your career. We develop a program called the Jobs Connect for International Students program. We deliver this program in partnership with SEEK, which, as you know, is a very big platform for job seekers to connect with employers. And we've made it possible for students to undertake a really focused search and connect directly with employers who are looking to hire international students in fields of in disciplines and in industries that are aligned with your field of study. Now, again, this is something that you should be thinking about very early in your time as a student. So, of course, once again, we've placed a QR code here that you can scan. My advice to you is to become familiar with this program. Start to think now already how you can make this program work for you, and the opportunities and the chances you have to connect with an employer will be all the better for it. Finally, last but not least, please keep in touch. Keep in touch with me. Keep in touch with my colleagues in New South Wales, in Study New South Wales. We're here to help. We're here to make sure that you have the best time as a student. We believe that studying at the New South Wales is unlike any other place to study, and we know you'll feel the same. So I wish you all the best on your journey. I'm happy to take questions, although the team at Torrens may want to continue as well. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Elijah. I'll share my screen now so we can start presenting. Do we want to take questions at the end or? Yep. Okay, I'll just share my screen now.
There is a question on the chat box. Elijah, do you want to take this one or should we do it at the end?
Thanks. Look, in terms of, are you talking about Mahmoud Hassan's question here?
Yes.
Yeah. Look, yeah. Thank you for the question, Mahmoud. So my role is with the New South Wales government. In our system in Australia, the Commonwealth government, the federal government agency, is responsible for visa processing and any advice around timeframes there. Mahmoud, I'm not sure what the circumstances for your application were. I imagine you may have come through using the services of an education agent. My advice would be to follow up, of course, with the support of your agent. Thanks.
Good. So I think we're ready to start. Hello, everybody. My name is Flor. I'm the Campus Life Coordinator of one of the campuses here in Sydney. In Sydney, we have two campuses, one in Surrey Hills, where I work, and then we have also Ultimo. So let's start with the first one. Surrey Hills campus has 5 levels. Okay, it's a very bright campus. It has a lot of open spaces. The first photo you're watching at the moment is the 3rd level, where we basically host all of our events. There is a special section on 3rd level called Surrey Hive, where we host at least 1 event per week. We also have the library in the same level, which is open from Monday to Saturday, and all of our students have access to them from 7:30 until 5 p.m. from Monday to Friday, and then on Saturdays from 8:30 to 3:30. Then we also have two computer labs, one in the first level and one in the second level. You have also access to use these computers. And the fourth photograph that you're watching at the moment is also in the open area. So the open area is a big space, right? Where a lot of things always happen. We have some games, as you can see, the ping pong table. We have allocate another couple of games on the mezzanine. We have the Sari Hub, as I mentioned. So it's basically the space, the favorite space of our students, and where the most important events take place. As you can see, our classes and our open spaces in other levels are also very wide. They're very bright. We don't have like bigger classes. Like I think the maximum is between 25 and 30, depending on the program. Here you have some photo about the lecture hall. So the lecture hall is on level 5. This is where we host our small orientation days. Most of the time is for English students. So if you come to study English first with us, your orientation day will take place here. Some of the English teachers also like to host like movie nights for students, or yeah, movie nights is basically why we use this as well. And the photograph on the left corner is the applied training area for our hospitality students. So getting to campus, one of the best things of our Surrey Hills campus is that it's very close to Central Station, right? So wherever you live in Sydney, your main station will be Central, and Torrens is only 5 minutes walking from the Central Station. We also have buses stop around the area, so I think the location is 5-star. Is very close to the CBD, like just walking distance to the main places in Sydney. For example, Town Hall, you have Hyde Park, you have Haymarket, Darling Harbour, which is very popular, Paddy's Market, where personally I rather to go there to get the fruit, the veggies. You also have several food options around the campus. We have Mexican food, there's Greek food, Chinese food, Colombian food, Turkish, among others. And you're also close to gyms, to other parks, medical centers, art galleries, and malls as well. Because as I mentioned before, Surrey Hills is in the main center of the city. About the campus life, so Surrey and Ultimo are very like vibrant campuses. Yeah, we try to have at least one activity, as I mentioned. The first 3 weeks of the trimester, we do have an activity per day. So you can imagine it's very busy. These are photographs of the activities that we've had this year. So for example, we had the Sydney Open. The winner was a student, but actually staff and students participate in this event that took place in 3 days. Then we have the big orientation day. In this day, it's a full day activity, right? We start at 8:30, we finish around 4 p.m. And that's when we welcome all of you guys, and we have a lot of surprises. We have some Meet Your Academies, You Meet Me. We have an international session with you guys. And there are some other people that come to make the day more vibrant. We also have Taste of Australia during our activities, where we do some barbecue for you guys, or we have other kind of activities. We also were involved in the Pride Week. We celebrate the Women's Day. This is a picture of one of our lecturers. We did a drag queen trivia, sorry, where a lot of our students participated, and a wellness activity. About support and services, apart from these fun activities that we have for you guys, we also have workshops. For example, our team of success coaches that are in charge of the first year students have workshops weekly during the trimesters. We also have workshops with the IT team, with the finance team, if you have any inquiry about your fees, study platforms. We have MyLearn, for example, starting on trimester 2. We also have workshops with the student support team, which is the team that looks after all your enrollment inquiries. So we try to be very approachable in these kind of events. Because I know, and I've been a student as well, sometimes I'm very scared to ask questions, but here you will feel like we're very open. Okay, so you can ask any kind of questions. We will be there and we will give you an answer. And that's that's why we try to do these kind of workshops, to let you guys know us. We also have counseling support, and we've had the health assessment week, which is a week that we have in each trimester, and is for free. And I'm going to pass the mic to Noor, which is our current SRC president. Noor, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Flor. Hello, everyone. My name is Noor. As Flor mentioned, I'm the current SRC president in our Surrey Hills campus. For those of you who don't know, SRC stands for Student Representative Council. Basically, the SRC is pretty much the fun part about uni. This is where you come to meet new people. This is where you come to make some memories, really enjoy university life outside of all the pressures that comes with studying and all of that. This is also a great place for you to grow your skills on a personal and individual level. Throughout the trimester, the SRC are always next to all students' needs. We try to stand next to our students, whether it was through events and all of that, or whether our students need helps with student support or any type of issue they face throughout their academic journey, whether it was on a personal level or whether it was on a university level. The SRC is always there to help students grow and help them relieve off their pressures. There's a lot of benefits that come with joining the SRC. One of them is obviously meeting a lot of new people, having this whole community around you that really gives you the sense of belongingness, not only to the university, but to Sydney in general. As I also mentioned, you grow a lot of skills, you grow a lot of people skills, and you grow a lot of personal and professional skills as you go. I can vouch for that as I'm president for about a year now. I got to grow and learn a lot about people, about myself. It was genuinely an amazing experience. And you get to have a lot of benefits. One of the benefits is that if you show great dedication to the SRC and you become, for example, president or vice president, you have the chance to actually get a job at university as a student experience ambassador, which will open for you heaps of new opportunities and heaps of new chances also to grow and discover more skills about yourself and to work closely with the university and more closely with students. So the SRC is a great place for you if you ever wanna let go, have some fun, and really enjoy what the university offers for you. Thank you. Among our activities, we do activities every trimester. Here, as you can see, this trimester we went to beautiful Jervis Bay. We were on a boat cruise and saw some dolphins, and then we had a beautiful, delicious Brazilian barbecue leading on to a beach crawl where we saw the whitest sand beaches, and then headed back to Kiama blowholes and headed back to campus. Our day trips usually happen once every trimester, but activities always happen throughout the trimester, whether they would be on campus or outside of campus.
Thank you so much, Noor. So My name is Michaela, and I'm the Campus Life Coordinator for the Ultima Campus, which is it's the campus where we have the design and creative technology courses. Okay, so it is a smaller campus, much more of the college vibe. It is really vibrant as well, very creative, very innovative, and very colorful. So everything that all the artworks that you will see throughout the next couple of pictures, it's all artworks and creations that our students have created, and we just have there for display. So we can see here the main breakout area with the sofas and lots of chilling space, and we have a campus cafe as well. We have lots of space for students to have their lunch. There's a student kitchen. Then as well, we have here more pictures of the breakout space. There's also a ping pong table. We have a PS4 available for students. Over there and here, you can see that there's a student notice board. So students, for example, if they need to collaborate with other students, let's say you study fashion. So because you're studying fashion, you need a model to wear the pieces that you're creating, and you also need a photographer, because that's actually part of it's part of an assessment for your subjects. Usually we have the students that they need or models or photographers. They put on their details in there, so you can contact all the students. That's a way to contact all the students. And then in the left side of the screen, we have what is the SRC pod. So there's also an SRC specifically for Ultima, and then I will introduce you to the president. So the campus has lots of pods, and we have one for the SRC. Then we have it's a space that anyone can use, actually, like all students. There's pods for study spaces as well. So if you even have an online class, but let's say you had a face-to-face class in the morning, and then in the afternoon you have an online class, you can jump in one of these pods to watch your online class, for example, or if you just need a space to study. We also have lockers that are available to rent for a trimester. And then on the right side of the screen, we can see how some of the fashion studios look if you're studying fashion. Then we can see the picture of the library. There's always a librarian, like Flo mentioned previously. So there's, these are two different campuses, but still same services. The library is always there available. There's a librarian that can help you out with referencing, assessments, how to look for material, how to go through, if you need to find a book, or even on the online database, because there's also an online library. But this is a physical library space, and it's also a space that you can utilize if you need to. The librarian is available from 9 to 5. And then there's also a free library that you can see where students can come and can exchange books if you want to. Again, everything here that you see student work, so that's pieces that students have created. Can everyone hear me? I think it dropped out. Sorry, apologies. I'm not sure if it was my Wi-Fi. Okay, so next slide, just how to get to campus. Again, we are very close to the central station, and we are, once you get to the central station, you can grab a bus that it will take you 5 minutes to get by bus to the university, or you can catch, you can just walk, and it's 16 minutes walk. It's a very vibrant area full of design studios, marketing firms. Really, there's a shopping center just 2-minute walk from the campus, and yeah, in the shopping center there's everything, food court, retail stores, anything you need really, supermarkets, plenty of cafes around. So we also have the student help pages. So when you go to your when you search in Google Student Hub Torrens University, it will send you to the Torrens University Student Hub, and there's a page for international students. So the page for international students have lots of information about living in Australia, how to travel from the airport to to the city or to campus, information about transport, accommodation in general, banking. So there's a bit of everything there. So all the information that you will really need is there. So I really recommend jumping onto those websites. And then as well, you can go into, when you are on the hub page, you can go to each campus, and you can see the events and activities that each campus has. So Ultimo also has events set up every week, and they are also set up by the SRC and their societies as well if you want to join. We have a couple of societies right now at the campus. So we have a music appreciation society, which is revival. We have Fight Club, which is a film society. Then we have a tabletop gaming society for board games, and then as well we have a few new societies coming up in the coming trimester. Yeah, so here you go. That's a screenshot of the hub. So when you go to campuses, you can see the events for every single campus. So for Sydney, in the past, they've gone to Holy Moly. There was some mandala coloring. We also had a breakfast bar for students set up. Yeah, there was a bit of everything. So activities and events change a trimester and every trimester. So yeah, we welcome you to join us, and then you'll find out more about those. Some pictures of the events that we had. There was a do-it-yourself jewelry station, and then as well we had some pancakes, some cupcakes and cookies for the well-being week for students. Then as well, because we do have photography students, graduate and current students, once a trimester, we have a few students, they do professional shots for our students. It's actually, a good business for our students. They can promote their business, and they charge a really small rate because they're doing an actual job. You can see that they set up lights and everything, so students can have their professional pictures for the business profiles, LinkedIn, resumes, or whatever you want to use that. There was also some craft workshops, Easter scavenger hunts, then as well we had recently a migration session for international students where a migration agent came to campus, and he was covering a few topics, and for international students I had some questions. And now I'll pass it to Jenna, who is the Ultimo SRC president. So Jenna, if you want to say a few things and share with everyone some of the great things that the Ultimo SRC does at the campus.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michaela. Hello, everybody. My name is Jenna, and I'm currently the president of the SRC at Ultimo. So basically, similar to the SRC Surrey Hills, we are also the Student Representative Council. We're basically here to sort of like bridge you between the students and the staff, especially like sometimes it does get like really intimidating to speak to staff, and we completely understand that. And so we're here to help you, like, if you have some inquiries, whether it's about just your assessments or like stuff like that you need, we're here to help you. Basically, we're the voice for the students, and also we're basically here to make your uni experience more memorable, because uni is already as tough as it is. So like having a community, having friends during your experience would definitely help you with that. We also do a lot of like collaborations with the Surrey Hills campus as well. So like recently, the last one was the day trip. And then we host like other events as well. For example, in week 8, which was like 2 weeks ago, we went to help volunteer at the Kids Fest Park. Basically, for this trimester, we wanted to do like a charity-based event. So we went to volunteer them at their event, basically. And it was a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of new people. And I think like being in the SRC definitely helps you build a lot of like your soft skills that you'll need eventually in your work life, because we do learn how to run the organization, from like writing proposals, writing professional emails, reaching out to people. I feel like these are very important skills for you to have. So yeah, basically that's about it. Thank you very much. Hope to see you on campus.
Thank you, Jenna. Yeah, that's true. You grow some really great skills being part of the SRC, and they do some great and awesome events. So yeah, that is all from the campus perspective. So now, were there any questions that we could answer? I think I saw a question at the very top. What can we expect on our first day on campus? Okay, so your first day on campus, you will have, already have attended orientation, like Flora explained before. Orientation is the day where it's the main event, and it happens the week before you start your classes. That's why you need to make sure that you book your tickets to come to Australia before your class starts. And there you will be, in the orientation event, you will be given everything you need for your first day. You will know where to find your timetable. You will have your student ID card. So your first day, you just have to come ready to come to class. Bring your student ID card that will be given to you at the orientation day, and just come to campus. That's all. And then anything you need, any questions, you can just talk to campus teams, which is us, or the SRC is always around. So yeah. Any other questions?
Just to add something to that answer, Mika. So in this orientation day, you also get to meet your academics. We divide the students by program, by faculties, and you get to actually meet the academics, and they will give you the most important information so you can start your degree. For example, the course structure is something that we've received a lot of questions about the course structure during the trimester, but if you guys attend to orientation, you will have everything clear. Like, orientation is a very important day for all of you because it's the start of your journey here with Torrens. We not only give information about how to start in Torrens, also like how to start your journey in Australia. So make sure you attend the orientation on campus. If not possible for whatever reason, like visas delayed or tickets, we also have an online orientation. And you can find all the information on the Student Hub.
Thank you, Flor.
I don't see any other question here. Any kind of question, guys, you can ask about Sydney, not only about the uni. About information about business information system, what do you want to know about it specifically?
There was a question if the TOEFL is acknowledged for studying in Australia. I believe that it is accepted in Australia. However, it is better to check if you have an agent that you're doing your application with, or if you have already, if you've started an application and you have been in touch with someone, a course advisor from the university, it's better if you ask them just to confirm. Nasheed, so about the opportunities that you can provide after completing your course, that will depend, what opportunities are you after, and what are you studying. So it will be a question specific for again your agent if you have one, or if you have a course advisor already inside the university.
Within our services as well, and we have a page for job opportunities under the name of Careers Connect. So when you start your degree, you'll get access to this platform where Torrens will post job opportunities depending on your vertical, right? So if your vertical is business, you will see the offers, the job opportunities, sorry, for related to business. So during your studies, you can start like working part-time since you will be a student. And yeah.
Any other questions? Also, if you don't want everyone to see your question, just know that on the chat, you can choose who to send it to if you want everyone to see it, or just the hosts and panelists. Okay, that's an option. Otherwise, if there are no other questions, we might start wrapping up. So any other questions? Elijah, was there anything else that you wanted to mention?
Thank you, Michaela. No, just to say thank you to Torrens for hosting us today, and for giving us the opportunity to connect with some of our prospective students who are hopefully going to be meeting us in person very soon. I'll forward on the contact details for Study New South Wales, and we're very happy to field any questions or clarify anything about the services we provide. But yeah, thanks to the team at Torrens for hosting today.
And
thank you for your time,
Elijah. For your time and for showing this sharing this space with us. It's been good to answer the questions, and yeah, like Sharon said in the chat, if there are any questions, you can redirect them to that email over there. So thank you so much.
have a good afternoon. Bye.